Lesson number 19, Esther, the Queen. Ahasuerus was the king of Persia. He was great and very rich. His wife was Queen Vashti. One day he called together all the princes of his land and made a great feast for them, which lasted days. Shushan the palace was decorated with bright curtains of white, green and blue, tied with silver rings to pillars of marble. There were couches of silver and gold on coloured stone pavements. Everyone drank wine from beautiful golden cups. Everyone ate what they pleased. Queen Vashti held a feast of her own for all the women at the palace. Now King Ahasuerus wanted to show Queen Vashti to his guests. He wanted them to see how beautiful she was, for she was very lovely indeed. So he said to the messengers, "Men, go and find Queen Vashti, that I can show them to my guests here. I want to show them how beautiful she is." "Oh, yes, master, right away." So off went the messenger to Queen Vashti. Queen Vashti, the King Ahasuerus has called for you to come to the feast. He would like to introduce you to some of the guests. "Oh, no, I can't be bothered doing that. I mean, why would I leave from here? I'm having such a good time. The food and the wine's great, and look at all my friends. No, I'm way too tired to do that. Tell him I will not go." So the messenger went back to the king. "O King Ahasuerus, yes, how did you go?" Queen Vashti said she would rather not come to your feast, O King. She is not interested at all." The king was furious. "What? That is preposterous! Why would she not want to come to my feast? Oh, who does she think she is? Oh, quick, bring the wise men in. I need someone to talk to about this. This is crazy." "Right, men, I have told you the story. What do you think I should do?" "Oh, King Ahasuerus, I really believe that, we've talked about it, but we think that she should not be the queen anymore." Yes, because if other women hear what she has done, they'll take no notice of their husbands either, and they'll just treat them how they please. Yes, perhaps you're right. I'll make a decree. And that is just what King Ahasuerus did. Queen Vashti was not the queen any longer. But now King Ahasuerus had to find someone else to take Vashti's place. This time, though, he wanted a queen who was not only beautiful to look at, but one who would want to please him as well. So the king sent his servants throughout all the kingdom. So off went the servants. They rode throughout the whole kingdom, looking for the most beautiful young maidens in all the land. They brought them back to the palace, and there they would prepare for a whole year before they came in front of the king. The king would then choose the loveliest of them to be the queen. Among these girls that was brought to the palace was a beautiful girl called Esther. She was one of God's people. She was a Jew. They had been taken away from their own land to live in the land of Persia. Esther's father and mother had died, and her cousin Mordecai had looked after her when she was still very young. Cousin Mordecai loved her like she was his real daughter. He taught her about Yahweh, the God of Israel, and what she must do to please him. God was pleased with Esther. He knew that she could help King Ahasuerus and become queen, but that she could also help God's people, the Jews, as well. So Esther was taken to a special part of the palace where the young ladies lived. Every day her cousin, Mordecai, visited her to find out how she was. Carefully the maidens prepared themselves for the time when the king would ask to see them. At last the time arrived. One by one, the maidens came before King Ahasuerus. They had prepared themselves, and each girl was allowed to take something with them to make them even more beautiful in the eyes of the king. Some took fine jewels and rich clothes. Some had perfumes, for they smelt better for him. Each one wanted to present themselves totally beautiful for the king. But when it was Esther's turn, she made no fuss. Quietly she took with her only the things which the king's servant had given her. Because she loved God, she was a much nicer person than any of them. God was with Esther. The king loved Esther more than all the other ladies that he had seen. Out of all the loveliest girls in Persia, he chose Esther to be his queen. He placed the royal crown upon her head. He made a great feast for her and called it Esther's Feast. So Esther the Jew became the queen of the land of Persia, the wife of the great and infamous King Ahasuerus, because she was faithful, obedient, loving, beautiful, inside and out.